Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel where chaos and insanity reign supreme. So I want to welcome back you guys to the Dimension. We got another unbox today. This time, it's a big unbox. I got this bad boy, the Hulkbuster. Now, I was at a local restaurant / comic book shop called Say Cheese. This is located on Grand Island. That is Grand Island, New York, just between Buffalo and Niagara Falls. If you're around the Buffalo, Niagara Falls area, just look up SayCheesePizza.com. It's a pizzeria, takeout restaurant, bar. They do just about anything and everything there. No, this is not a paid. This is not a paid promotion of any kind. It's a really awesome place if you guys are looking for something new, something kind of fun to check out. This is definitely I got this there. It's definitely a very cool place. They do all kinds of pizza, different foods, some food challenges there. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. They're an awesome place. Like I said, you can dine in or even take out. They are awesome. Okay, now while I was there, now this is a restaurant that's decked out with comic book stuff, whether you're DC, Marvel, any kind of comic book memorabilia and collectibles. The whole place is decked out with it. There's a massive, almost life-size version of the Incredible Hulk inside the building. There's a big, ginormous Spider-Man mounted on the front of the building. I mean, that's the kind of craziness and awesomeness that you'll see when you check out that place. Now, while I was there, checking out some of the collectibles they had this bad boy, Iron Man Hulkbuster. This is a Marvel Select, which is really Diamond Select collectibles. So we are going to be busting this bad boy open. Now on this side we see Hulkbuster, and we can see kind of part of the Hulk's hand right there. The other side we just see the item itself. On the back side we have a nice pose of the Hulkbuster in action with your Marvel copyright Diamond Select toys, and also comic shop locator service, comicshoplocator.com. All listed right there in the back. Now, that last one I mentioned is if you're not sure where there's an active comic book shop, or you're looking for a new one, maybe you just moved to the area, you can just go to comicshoplocator.com. You type in your zip code, your address. They'll give you a whole list of available places, and you can take it from there as far as finding hours and availability and contact information. Now, as far as I know, this item does not come with any kind of a diorama piece. It's just the figure itself. Now, usually, sometimes Diamond Select will enclose some extras in here. I see a paper in here, but I'm not showing any accessories. So what do you say we just jump right on into this? Now, I saw this bad boy, I'm like, ooh, that looks like that could be a bit of fun. So we are going to check this out now. I was able to pick him up for $29.99, which on average is the going price for him. If you look, if you go on Amazon or just Google him and do a search, this is pretty much about the going price for him, give or take $1 or so. So I wasn't taking a massive hit, and it was also not losing out. So it is what it is. Now, I would not recommend this for anyone who has any kids 3 and under, because there are some small parts on here, some choking hazards. So obviously we don't want anything like that to happen, guys. So what do you say and this is recommended for ages 8 and up. So let's just crack him right on open. You guys know I am not an in-box collector. I am an out-of-box collector. Let's break that bad boy and free him. What do you say, guys? What do you say? So there we go. Little cardboard piece right there. Yeah, it's just your basic product registration and licensing agreements. Just your basic paper, rigmarole. So we got Batblade right here, so I know it's sacrilege using DC to open up Marvel. Ugh. I won't tell if you guys don't. How's that sound? Sound good? Bloody marvelous. Okay, so we got the little paper right here. Hulkbuster himself. Got a few ties to get through before I can pull him completely out. But he looks fantastic. I mean, just on first impressions, the paint on here looks insane. This is going to be perfect for the other items I have. If you checked out our previous videos, there's I have a diorama piece of Spidey, and I also have another piece that is Iron Man Mark 84 or 85 from Avengers Endgame. Now, of course, the little paper has a little registration, the old-fashioned mail registration. I'm just going through this very quickly, see if there's an online version of it. I don't see any mention of an online site to go to, but this is something you could probably, you can just mail. This is, I think, just a Diamond Select. Thanks you for your purchase. We appreciate feedback you may have to offer, and we promise to use it only to continue to bring the highest quality products and services to our customers. We respect your privacy. That's all it says here. So I guess with this, you can just kind of cut this or rip it off, fill in the information, and drop it in your mailbox, because it says no postage necessary there, guys. It says it right there. So in this, we have some of their items. Okay, and then we have more on this side. Very cool items. I got turned on to Diamond Select with Ghostbusters, and they've had some pretty awesome Marvel items. This is like my third I think it's my third item. Yeah, third Diamond Select Marvel item so far. So I don't have allegiances to any specific company or branding. If it looks cool and if I checked out some videos of it, I'll jump on it. This was not one of those. I just kind of like, I saw, I was like, oh, wow, let me check this out. I'm like, okay, it looks like a pretty fair price, pretty good price, so let me just jump on it. And that was it. That was it. Like I say, Bat Blade is good for cutting and getting yourself out of a tight spot. Sometimes I really don't understand the wiring layout for some of these. I mean, sometimes they're just really, it doesn't make much sense, guys. It really doesn't. I'm actually going to pause you guys for a second. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to cut through all the plastic. Got through all those twist ties, and here we go. We have Hulkbuster. Now, Hulkbuster does have some pegs right at the back here, hidden under the rocket boosters. Now, I wish they would have done a little bit of a color. They've done that on Mark 85. So that would have been kind of cool if they would have done that. He's a bit of a chunky boy and got some heft to him. Now, with this, there are some of the pieces can move. Like we have his little shoulder blades. They can actually come right off. Okay, so that's probably the choking hazard they mentioned. There's little ball joints right there. So you can take those right off. He has full 360-degree motion. I guess you can kind of like do a pose like that for blasting. Or like you're just doing kind of an uppercut towards another figure. He does have some rotation here, guys. Full 360. Now for the left hand, he's got the open hand blast ready to take on anyone. Now on the back here, I don't know if this is just part of the molding. It almost looks like it's a peg hole for something, but I don't know what we would peg into there. These do nothing at all. They're just little extras, I guess, like little booster rockets, I guess, for stomping down, doing superhero landing. We all love superhero landings, let's be honest. So I'm actually going to peg him. I'm going to peg his little shoulder guards right back on. If it will go back on. Yep, there we go. Now, his head does not move. His head feels like it's stuck in a permanent spot there, so the head's not going to move. And of course, with this being Hulkbuster, you can pretend that this is either Tony Stark in here, or you can even pretend it is Banner in Infinity War. But let me give you guys a nice closer look here. Paint on here is pretty solid. I mean, there's a few molding spots that are not 100%. There's some wear and, I mean, like right here, you can see there's a little inconsistency there. You can chalk that up to battle damage, or if you're skilled enough, maybe even touch it up with either gold Sharpie, or if you have a very skilled hand and you have plenty of tape around, maybe tape around here and just take a very fine paintbrush and some gold and apply that. That is definitely something you could do. I'm going to leave him as is because, I mean, when I think of Hulkbuster, I don't think something perfectly in one piece without any battle damage. I think of some heavy damage on him. So this works, that works out pretty well. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could add more scrapes, some little dry brushing, maybe a little faint edging of silver Sharpie to add some gouge marks, some scratches on the paint. But here we go. Feet, you have a little bit of wiggly waggly right here, a little bit of motion. So you can kind of like pretend he's kicking something. You know, he's got to win the football game. So we got a nice little ball joint. It's not full 360, but it does move. Now the Shin Guard does not. That actually feels, no, it feels plastic. It's a more of a harder plastic, but it's got some bend in it here. You guys can see that. Now here's the back side. Like I said, you can move this around, you can play around with it, do all kinds of craziness. This one's a little bit harder on there than this one is. There's definitely a little tightness, some difference in the quality in a few spots here, but I mean, you're not going to be pounding him around. This is more of a collector's piece for, you know, posing like this, as it were. Now, as far as stands, let's talk stands. Now, I have the traditional Star Wars one. That's not going to work. So we're going to toss that off to the side. And I am looking for a NECA stands that is not in use at the moment. I think all of mine might be in use right now. Nope, I got one right here, guys. Here we go. So, let's try to see if your standard NECA stand will work on him. Trying with the peg. Yeah, it works. There we go. And that's solid. He stands on his own, doing the shake test. He's not going anywhere. I wish the head would move a little bit. The torso, you can contort the torso a little bit. Not much. A little bit. So with that, I can kind of make his head look a little bit more leveled instead of looking down like he was. So if he looks more leveled, It was like this in the beginning. So there we go. What do you guys think? I think this is pretty good for what I got him for. And he doesn't seem like he's top heavy at all. He seems very solid here. Let's see. Let me grab something out of the way. Just to show you guys. I just have him sitting on top of my Kindle here. Now, can you display him without the stand? Without this little stand? Yes. I just have him on there because I tend to at least put one of those on my figures. So they're kind of stable. Give them a little bit extra support. If they're on something that, maybe you're in a house or an apartment like me, and someone's slamming a door, or maybe people upstairs are moving stuff around. There's vibrations that go through the walls, and it can cause some shakiness. I have that happen all the time, guys. That's just me. So there we are, Hulkbuster. On a scale of 1 to 10, I gotta say, due to no additional accessories, the lack in paint on the bottom, I mean, it's great that we have the silver in the palms, but it would have been great if they would have gave us a little bit of maybe a blue or silver here, showing us that this is a rocket booster that he can use to fly and jump. That would have been a little bit cool. Some head movements would have been great. And we know it's Iron Man, so I mean, if they could have gave us, like, say, swap out this hand and gave us the option where he has the secondary hand that can actually grab onto the Hulk, that would make it a 10 or an 11 right there. So that's why I'm going to say a 9. He's a solid 9. He doesn't seem like a cheap one, like he's going to fall apart. If you look at some of the joints here, it definitely looks like a silver mixed with black, like it's worn metal. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just how it came out. I mean, it looks good to me. There we go. It's just like some of the parts make you question, like, okay, there's a little plastic piece right there, but I mean, it almost would suggest, like, does something peg here? I mean, it just doesn't look 100% sure. And like here, I'm wondering what this, why is there a hole right there? And okay, there's another hole here, but I don't know what that's for, because these shoulder guards, they just go onto the peg joint right there. So I don't know, it just seems a little odd. There's nothing else here. It just seems, this just seems a little odd here. I don't know if that's on purpose or it just could just be the design for all that we know. But all in all, I am very happy with them, guys. What do you think? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being Justin Hammer, and 10 being I am Iron Man, what is your vote on this? Drop it in the comments section below. Tell me what your score is on this. If you have him, how are you displaying him, guys? I would love to see that. And if you want to send me any images on how your displays are or your collections, and you're feeling froggy, come on and leap at me at davesdimension78@gmail.com, or you can even find me on Instagram at davesdimension. I would really love to see some of your setups, guys. One that'll give me a little bit more insight as to maybe how I can better organize my collection here, and also give me a little bit of inspiration. I'm not that great when it comes to posing. I'm still learning a thing or two, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I really can't wait to throw him on. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I can rotate you right there. Don't mind the storage bins. That's just my storage area. But if you can see, I have Spidey and I have Mark 85. Iron Man from Infinity War, or rather Endgame. And I'm thinking, whoa, sorry about that, guys. Lost control for a second. So that's where I have the Mark 85, and that's probably where I'm going to put Hulkbuster until I can find a better way to set things up. I have a lot more stuff coming through the pipeline, guys. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share it with you guys. So please Drop me some comments in the section below. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down, guys. And as always, if you have some suggestions, concerns, queries about this or anything else I've done in this video or previous videos, hit me up in the comments section below. Or, like I said, davesdimension78@gmail.com, at Dave's Dimension on Instagram, and also on Twitter. So until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting. Oh, and by the way, subscribe, like, and comment so we can keep on making these videos. And I'll see you on the flip side.